Hello everyone, welcome back to another session on Power BI. So today we'll be discussing another very important topic called field parameters. So we'll see that how field parameters helps us to dynamically bring a functionality in Power BI desktop. So instead of having like multiple visualizations, similar kind of multi visualization for different variables. Let's say sometimes like you might want to see sales by your category, subcategory, state, or product, or by customer, like this. And sometimes like you might switch to, let's say, instead of sales you want to see profit or the quantity, the orders, all that, whatever you are doing. So this way what will happen, you might end up creating similar kind of visualizations like to multiple times, say one or two three times kind of thing. So sometimes it happens and we can't avoid that, but with the help of parameters, field parameters in Power BI, we can avoid doing this and we can dynamically bring a functionality inside Power BI. So that will help us to show something different to our users, to our business owners. Okay, so that way like we're going to see field parameters. So let's go ahead and download Power BI. So we have Power BI. If you have not downloaded it till now, you can download it from Microsoft website. It is free to use, or you don't have to pay anything to use this. And once it is open in your machine, you can open it. So Power BI desktop. So this is the Power BI desktop where you will be creating all your reports. So I have created introduction videos earlier, so you can check out on my channel. And if you have not subscribed till now, you can please subscribe to my channel and do like, comment, share if you like the video, if you learn something from my videos. Other than Power BI, I have created videos on different other technologies, data analytical and data visualization technologies, like Tableau is there, Spotfire is there, Looker is there. So and AWS also I have created a few videos. So this way, like if you want to learn something new, so you can refer my channel and subscribe to it if you like, and learn something new from my videos. So let's go ahead and check out that how field parameters will be visible. So first thing, like if you open and if you want to create anything, you have to load the data obviously. So what I'll do, I'll just say add Excel workbook, and I'll go to my my location from where I want to load the data, and then I'll just say Superstore. So Superstore is one of the quite popular file data set which is being used by a lot of other products also. So it's very popular also. You can easily find it on Google and you can use it, and it will be easy to understand also. The main thing here is that you understand your data in a right way. So here we have loaded Superstore XLX file. Under this we have orders, we have orders file database, we have people, we have returns and all. So these are different sheets. I want to load orders for now, or if you want to load people, returns, it's up to you that how many tables you want to load. So I am loading all the three tables for now. Okay, so once you check these tables, it will be showing up here. So let's say I've selected people here, then I'll click on returns, I'll see the returns file, I'll click on orders, I'll click on see the uh, orders file. So this way you can see that what all information is populated here. Okay, and then here you have option to load the data, you have to transform data. If you want to do power query and transformations and all that in your data, on your data, then you can click on transform data, cancel, obviously you know that. So for now we don't want to do anything, we'll just load the data as it is. And once we have loaded data in this, so this will help us to see the data whatever we have loaded. And once it is loaded, at the right side under data tab, you will see all the tables, three tables which you have just loaded. So it depends how many tables you have loaded. Mainly, let's say if you want to connect to multiple files and then tables and all, you can use this option. Otherwise one by one also is okay, if you don't know what all tables to be loaded at a time. Sometimes we know that I have to load 5 or 6 tables. I'll just select all those 5 6 tables in one go. Otherwise, based on the requirement, load one more table as per your requirement. So I could see that there are 3 tables here. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to do something. Okay, I want to create a bar chart. Okay, I want to create a bar chart, and I have this. Now what I want to use orders table, and I want to do something with sales by region kind of thing. Okay, so I know that I want to see sales by region. Okay, so I have selected this, and as I have selected the columns, I can use the check option also, or I can drag and drop kind of thing. It's up to you how you want to use it. So here you see that I have sales by region, and okay, the numbers are coming good, perfect, everything is good. I'll put up the labels here so that you can see the numbers on the bars, and everything is really good. Okay, we have done a lot of good things and all. Now what I want to have another another let's say chart where my users want to show or see the numbers by, let's say, sales by segment. Just an example. Okay, so here I'll just copy the same chart, and this way I'll drag this side here. Okay, so here I have sales by segment. So what I'll do, instead of region here, I'll bring up the segment. Okay, so I'll remove this region part here. So I'll remove the segment region, and I'll add the segment one. So here you see that I have some sales by region and sales by segment. Looks good, perfect. Now I realize that, okay, this is fine. My user is also looking for, let's say, profit of segment. Okay, profit of segment. So what I'll do, I'll just have the copy of the same chart, and instead of sales, what I'll do, I'll just move profit on my y-axis. Okay, so this way, like, I can do the things here. Now it is profit by segment, sales by segment, and region by segment. Now if you see that, okay, what I'm doing here is, like, I'm showing the same information multiple times. Actually, when I say same information means, okay, we have the similar kind of charts 3 different times. Okay, so if you see one at once, like, I have used sales by region, sales by segment, profit by segment. See these things, like, okay, there is nothing wrong in that. There is no rule like this that you it is wrong. No, not at all. If you show this information, your user will be really happy to see this information. But while checking the dashboard, while checking the report, if you want to see this dashboard, and you realize that how best I can do this for this particular report. Okay, what good I can do, what best I can do more on this thing, so that it can be more intuitive, more dynamically, my users can do some selections, and I can show some information on the fly kind of thing, instead of having this thing. So for that we use field parameter. There are many other ways by which we can do all that stuff, but field parameter is one thing which will help us to do that and to achieve it. So field parameters is something which we are going to work on, and we are going to learn this thing. And if you want to learn and check this out, full video. Okay, so you are checking this whole video. So for that, what you do, we have to go to field parameters. Where are field parameters? Under transform data, I could see transform data, data source settings, edit parameters. No, I don't need to go here. So what I'll do, I'll go to modeling. Okay, under modeling we have new parameters. Under new parameters, like, if you see here, numeric range is there and fields is there. This is the field parameter. And in your Power BI desktop, okay, suppose if you are checking the same information under modeling, under new parameter, if you do not see field option, so what do you have to do? It means you are using a older version, or it is not enabled at your site. So what you have to do, you have to go to file. Okay, you have to go to option in settings, go to options. Okay, so as soon as you say options, so you will get a new window. Okay, like this, you will get a window here. Under that, you have to go to preview features. Under preview features, look for field parameters. If it is checked, obviously you should see that field option. If it is not checked, check it, say okay, and start using it. So once you check this option, say okay. Okay, then what will happen, new parameter option will be enabled for you, means field parameter option will be enabled for you. So now what you have to do, you have to say field parameter. Okay, so you want to create field parameter, not a numeric parameter. Now what you have to do, you have to give the name. Okay, what I'll do, I'll put a name here. So I'll say category selection. I'll say category selection. So means, like, I'm giving a option to the user so that users can do the selection from the category itself. Okay, from which table you want to see the fields. For that, what you do, you have to select the columns. So you can drag and drop columns also, or you can check the columns. I want to see region, I want to see, let's say, state, I want to see subcategory, I want to see segment, I want to see ship mode. It's up to you. It's all up to you that what all options you want. I've selected few of the major main let's say category also. Okay, category and subcategory, I'll move this side. Okay, so this way, like, I can change these things. And now I have selected few of the columns here. Now what I have to do, I have to just say add slicer to this page. If you want to, you can do it, or otherwise later also you can do. It's not a issue here. So here we have selected 6 columns in a category, in a parameter, and this we load it on this here. So basically what happened, a new table will be created inside your existing tables. Okay, inside your model, a new table will be created which will have category selection. So if you see here, uh, it is showing you a column called category selection, but actually this is a 3 column table. Okay, 3 columns, and these many rows are there. Okay, if you see, 3 columns are created. First column is category selection, then this is having category, and the column orders, from which table you have taken those columns, orders, region, and so on. And then you have it has given a order. So it's basically a ordering 0 1 2 3 4 5 kind of thing. And these are the 3 columns. If you see it here, it will be only shown here under data view. Okay, under data view, and these 2 columns are hidden. You can unhide this if you want to, but that is not required. If you see the code for this, basically it is written by itself. So category selection and region this and all that. You can even expand this if you want to. Just copy this and write it as a 6th order, 7th order, 10th order, and so on. It's all up to you. Now you can modify this. So we got a field parameter. Now we have to use this. So first thing, it is a slicer. I want a drop down instead of having this checkbox. Checkbox slicer doesn't look good if you have many values. Obviously you know that. If you don't know, make sure that the kind of slicer you are using, it is very useful for the user. In older versions, we used to control it from here. Now it is not. If you're using newer versions, it is under settings. So here you see slicer settings. I will say I have 3 options: vertical lace, tile, and drop down. So I'll select the drop down option. This looks good, and it doesn't take more space. So this way I'll have the category selection. So category selection helps me to show these many options. So here you have region, state, subcategory, segment, ship mode, and all that. Now what I have to do, if I select any of these values, nothing will happen on the charts. Here you see nothing is happening. So what I have to do, I have to bring these options on the chart. So what I'll select any of the chart here. I'll go to my category selection. Instead of x-axis region, I will use this category selection thing. Okay, here you see the column which is selected here, automatically it popped up here. If you see here, segment. So I have selected segment here. It is showing me sales by segment. If I select ship mode, it is sales by ship mode. If I select category, it is sales by category, sales by state, sales by region. So this way you can easily control your x-axis from this selection. So what you have done, you have given an option to the user that they can analyze the data for sales for any of these columns in the same chart. So the kind of dynamic functionality you have given to the user is awesome. Okay, this is something your user is going to like a lot. Okay, so here you have similar way you can do it for these also if you want to. I'm just giving you some ideas. So instead of having segment here, and here also you can just use this. So this way now your user will be able to see this thing pretty well, and they are going to like this, that you have given them something different, and they can do multiple variable analysis using these drop downs. Okay, okay, this is good. And now if you say now if I select subcategory, now all the 3 charts are changing. If I select segment, all the 3 charts are changing. It's really good. Okay, you can do wonders if you want to. Now what you do, you have to, okay, you have done this thing, your user likes this. Now let's go to the second problem. Now if you see here, sum of sales, here we have sum of sales, sum of profit, and all that. And I have few measure columns. I have quantity, I have sales, profit, number of orders, and all that. So there are a lot of things which I can show to the users. Now there might be some cases where you want to show, or your user want to see different analysis based on the measure side also. So this is something what we are going to do next. Okay, so we have seen from the category side. Okay, from the measure from the category side. Now we are going to see from the measure side. Now measure size is a bit tricky. It's not that straightforward the way you did for category. So request you to stay on the video and learn something on this part. So let's go ahead and create another another field parameter. So we'll go to modeling, and I'll say new parameter, I'll say fields. Okay, I'll still call it as a field. I will say measure selection. So measure selection, I'll again go to my orders table. Okay, and I'll add the columns. So this way, like what will happen, you will be able to add the columns whatever you want. So let's say first thing, obviously I want a sales column, I want a profit column. Okay, I want a quantity column, and what else, number of orders. Okay, let's say number of orders, where is order ID. Okay, now what I want total sales, that is sum of sales. I want profit, sum of profit. I want quantity, total quantity means sum of quantity. But order ID is not sum of order ID, it will be count of order ID. So this is something. Now you cannot use the same aggregation all across your measures. Aggregation means sum, average, min, max, all that stuff. Okay, you cannot use the same measure for all of these four columns. You have to use different things. So now what I'll do, I'll just say create, and a new parameter has been created, field parameter. We'll get a new table called measure selection. So measure selection table is there, and this way you can do another few important things which will help your user a lot. Now you have all these things. Okay, so here you have, I'll do the selection. So slicer settings, I'll say, let's say tile if you want to, it's up to you that how you want to show the information to the user and all. Okay, I'm just giving you some ideas. So here we have these selections. Okay, so here we have profit, quantity, order ID, and so on. Now what I'll do, I'll add this column the way we did for category. I'll add it on my y-axis. Okay, so here I'll add this. Okay, measure selection. But if you see that it's not working, my segment is not giving me anything. If you see here, sales, profit, uh, quantity, even if I sell whatever I select, it doesn't give me anything. Okay, it doesn't give me anything. If you see here, no changes on my this chart, the bigger one. Okay, because it's not going to work directly the way it was working earlier. So what do we have to do? We have to do some calculation here. So I have to create a measure which will help me to select, it will help me to map the selected value to the aggregation which I want. Okay, so now try to understand this. It's not going to work directly here. Okay, it is not going to work directly. I have to map the selection to the aggregation I want. So what I'll do, I'll create a measure here. So right click here, click on those three dots and say new measure. So when you say new measure, like it will open a kind of calculation. Okay, so this way you can use the DAX. Okay, so DAX will help you to write the calculations and all. Okay, so that is what we are going to see now. So what calculation we have to use? We have to just say that whatever we select in this, as per that, map the selected measure. So if I select sales, then show me sum of sales. If I select profit, then show me sum of profit. If I say quantity, then sum of quantity. If I say order ID, then give me count of order ID. Okay, so that is what we are going to see it here. So for that, I will say measure selection. Okay, so measure value, or I can do anything. Okay, I'll just keep it as it is, measure. Okay, and then what I'll do, I'll just use uh, what we are doing, we are basically moving from one value to another value. So what we are doing, we are switching the values. So which function we will use? Switch. So switch is the function which we will be using for this. So DAX function switch, it is very useful function. It helps us a lot into day-to-day activities. Okay, now what switch we will do? So after switch, what do you do? We have to you understand and tell that function that whatever value we select. So what is the selected value? Sales, profit, quantity, order ID, and so on. So what we'll have? So we have a selection that is called function called selected value. So selected value. So what selected value? Some sales and all that. So instead of using that way, so what I'll do, I'll use the order value. So here we have, so measure selection, measure selection order. Order means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The numbering given for these columns through the field parameter. Okay, I'll use this. Okay, so this is something what I'm going to do. Now I'll move to the second line. Then what I have to do? I have to tell Power BI that whatever value I'm going to give, show me the calculations according to that. Okay, so first value is 0. That is how the ordering is there. So first value, this thing 0, and for that what you given, sales. So 0 is for sales, so I'll use sum of sales. Okay, sum of sales. Okay, we got it for the first value, then we'll move it to the second, so that is 1. So for that what function I have to use, profit, sum of profit, sum of profit. We got the second value, and then we'll move to the third value, that is second order. Then we'll use quantity, so sum of quantity. Okay, so I did instead of comma, so make sure that you are selecting comma, otherwise it will be giving you problem. So say sum and quantity. Okay, you got the quantity, and what is the last one? Okay, what is the last one? So last one is uh, a different aggregation which we want, so that is the third one, and here we want count. Okay, here we count of order IDs. Okay, count of order. Okay, so count of order IDs. Okay, this one closed, here we have missed to have a comma, and this one closed here, and this one closed fully. Okay, I'll enter, and this way my measure will be created. Now since I have used this as the wrong column, instead of this I'll use the measure here. Here we go, bingo. So this way, now what happened, if you see the measure selected value here is measure selected value is profit basically. Then we can use sales, we can use a segment, segment sales, sales by segment, and all that stuff. So I can do the same thing, so I don't need these two visualizations now at all. Okay, I can remove them, because I can do the whole analysis using the same chart itself. I can do sales by ship mode, sales by any of these columns, and any of these columns by sales, profit, quantity, order ID. So this is something what here you see that these are all aggregations, and this is order IDs. So this way now we can create similar way, on the similar fashion we can create the title of the chart also. So that title of chart again will vary based on the selection whatever you do here. So that is going to again use a selected value function, and you can even change the title. So this way now whatever order ID, it will be count of total orders. You can say the total orders by ship mode, and total quantity by this thing, profit by this thing, sales by this thing. So this is something what we have done today. I hope you might have learned something new. Okay, I'll keep on bringing these new topics and all that in the coming time. So if you have learned something new, then do like, share this particular video, and subscribe to my channel if you want to learn new things on Power BI, Tableau, Looker, and other technologies, Spotfire, AWS, and all that. Okay, so that's all from my side. Hope you might have learned something, and we'll meet soon in the next video. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead.